Is it shaking?
It is a bit.
Okay. So.
Come on.
Come on.
Tell.
Okay. So we were supposed to record a video last Sunday, but then life happened, and we'll tell you about it in a moment. But we also realized that today is 1 year since we got to Santiago, where no, we didn't meet there. I mean, it was the end of our pilgrimage that we started separately and on which we've met. And yeah, it's exactly 1 year since we were there.
We met on the 24th of October.
Yeah.
So that was a month. Oh no, sorry, 3 weeks before, let's say, today, but then a year ago.
Yeah.
And today, 1 year ago, we arrived indeed on the Obradoiro Square in Santiago. And we stood like this in front of the cathedral.
Yeah.
And then we had 4 intense days of fun and celebrating, indeed. Celebrating the fact that we had finished this beautiful hike.
Yeah.
And celebrating the fact that we knew each other.
And then we haven't finished and we continued.
We're still celebrating that every day.
No, I meant that too, but I meant that after the 4 or 5 days in Santiago, we continued walking for another 4 days to Fister and Mochia, which are on the ocean side of Spain. And
best experience ever, by the way. Do a hike like that. If you have to clear things from the future, get some energy, feel
things from the future.
I don't know how to something.
Past, maybe?
From the past, of course. Sorry. And get ready for the future.
Yeah.
But
and meet your future.
Yeah, and meet other people that have sort of similar reasons to do this kind of hike, and spend time on their own, but also with other hikers that you talk to, that you reflect, pilgrims, and then arriving there together and achieving this milestone. That was really great. For me, it was life-changing. One of the reasons I'm doing this with you now was that.
Yeah. And different routes. I did Camino del Norte in, I think it's about 4 or 5 weeks. It's on the north coast. And that's where we met, but that's not where Ron started, because Ron started from this very house.
In the Netherlands.
Yeah, and walked for 4 months. So, months.
It was great. You just had to think about, okay, do I have enough food on me? Where do I sleep tonight? And should I wash this pair of pants, yes or no? That was the only thing you had to do every day.
Yeah.
And make steps. And it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Great life.
And we miss it.
Yeah, I would go back today.
Yeah, and beautiful nature and moving, reflecting.
Yeah. On the other hand, now we have a chance to reflect, and we are taking you on that journey with us, because our lives are changing so much. And one of the reasons for that is this Camino, and how we came to think about life and what we want to achieve and what we see for ourselves and in each other. But one of the other reasons why we're doing this is because your ADHD diagnosis in it. So, tell us.
And my diagnosis of your autism.
Your diagnosis, yes. It's not an official one, but could be quite accurate.
So, going back to Sunday, which is when we planned, Ron was here in the Netherlands, I was in London, and we planned to record another video. But the day before, I had a meltdown and cried until like 3 a.m. and which is quite. It's very unusual. It's one-off for me because I haven't cried for like 30 years before I met you, and now I'm slowly becoming more human again. I was always very sensitive, and when I was a teenager I stopped crying because I realized what a burden that is for everybody, and I would numb myself instead. But now, in a wonderful relationship, feeling safe, I can cry again. So it was great on Saturday.
Well, the thing is, you didn't call me. You didn't respond to my text messages. I thought, what's going on? Has something happened? I was worried. But
okay, but that
because of
wasn't
another
Saturday.
thing.
That was Sunday, right? So
It was Sunday, yeah.
Sunday I was still unwell, and I didn't know how to tell you, or didn't even have the strength to say I wasn't well. And you know, even though I am objectively happy that I'm able to cry, when it happens, I am in fact
Not
sad
happy.
that it's not like a pace. I'm sad. Come and see me crying. So we finally talked about, I think, 6 p.m. or something, and you decided to come over because you knew I needed you,
Yeah.
and realized there were no more trains because you live like 4-hour drive from the border of France or Belgium with
Calais.
well,
the
end
4
of-
hours to Calais approximately,
and
and then you have to be there 1 hour before, and then the shuttle, the train between.
then you say put the car on the train and you go into the tunnel under the water and you're in England.
Yeah, arrive in Folkestone, and then it's a little 2 hours to
Yeah,
yours.
and kilometers wise it's not that far, but because of the tunnel and because of the restrictions of speed in London,
20 miles an hour
20 miles per hour, it takes an
for the
hour
last
to
10
get
kilometers.
to my house
And
in
traffic
London
lights,
itself.
yeah. So I was there at 4 o'clock my time, a.m. and 3 o'clock your time, of course.
Yes, because there were no trains until next day 2 a.m.
Ah, yeah.
So you were there, I think, at 11 and then.
Yeah.
And that also made us realize that if you travel one day and come back the next day, it's considered a day trip, and it's like a third of the price.
Yeah, it was
So that's quite
cheap.
actually
That
good.
was good.
And then I suggested that since we're already driving, maybe we can stop in Bruges and do something nice and romantic. And he was
Come
super
on,
happy.
I'm here for you. I needed to rescue you from this being miserable. I did that. Let's have some rest now. No. Bruges is a beautiful city. Yes, I was there. So I checked that box already. As a autistic person. You just checked the box. See, been there, done that.
Yeah, I've read the book once. It was great. Like I didn't
So
even
I don't
read
need
the book.
Exactly.
Whereas for me, whenever there is something, an opportunity on the way to, hey, we're already here. Why don't we enjoy this or that? I see that as logical, and then I appeal to his logic, and then normally he realizes that he has to follow my logic if he wants a.
If I want her to be happy, yeah, exactly. So then,
Also,
no live video on Sunday.
And
No, it's not.
Also, first of all, you didn't need to rescue me, but you did. So thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Night in a grey armor.
So no live video on Sunday.
Yep.
Plans changed a lot for this week because of the decisions we made. And one of them was to go to Bruges. And then I said, but we have to find a hotel and drive there again and take into account what time it takes for me to be in a meeting on Wednesday morning again. I will do all that, she said. Let me find a hotel.
And
that's
also,
another story.
I thought it would be good to drive part of the way on Tuesday and then part on Wednesday, which saves you from driving 8 hours in one day and you can work. So that was my argument.
Yeah.
And then I would find a hotel. So then I went on one of my famous research projects. Booking should pay me like for the hours I spent using them testing the website.
Yeah, exactly. Because what did you do?
Well, I did a research project. I hyper-focused, and I think already on Sunday, probably most of Monday, and already on Tuesday, which was the day we were supposed to arrive. I don't know, maybe I booked it on Monday already. I can't remember. Yeah, anyway, so. I know everything about all the hotels in Bruges. If you need any tips, just ask. Because
you found a great place.
I did.
And then we entered the room.
And then another one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in the end you chose.
In the end I chose, yes.
And when we arrived, of course, first thing that she does is have a good look. Maybe everyone does, I don't know. But have a good look. Does it match the expectations that I got from looking at the pictures and the description? Of course it didn't. And but it was very okay. Although the sound of the road in the front of the hotel
because we had a room that was giving onto a road, and Ron had some meetings. He said it was okay, but I felt dissatisfied with my the result of my research. And because sometimes you get a bargain, so it's super cheap, so it's worth it. Sometimes you pay a lot, but you get a luxury. And the Bina factor I created for the price and the luxury you get for it has to be just right, and it wasn't. So Ron saw that, but because what I normally do is once I've decided, then I feel unhappy and I dwell on it, which is something he doesn't do. So he doesn't understand why would I still think about something I can't change.
For me, autistic, the stress has been there already. You've chosen. Just be happy what you chose. It's great. And yes, there could have been other options, but that's a waste of time. But it isn't, because the first thing is checking out the hotel room as soon as you come in. The second thing is going back on booking.com in this case and checking, were the others indeed better, yes or no? And that's what you did.
Wait. First, you say don't dwell on stuff you can't change.
Yeah.
You tell me I can't do something. So,
motivation number one.
Yeah, I went for a walk to see the city still during daytime when you had your meetings, and I thought, oh, what if I book another one and go back onto the one I thought maybe was better, and then not tell you that I did that and just say we're able to cancel or something. Second option, why don't we go to reception and ask if we can change because of the noise, right? So as I opted for being more honest with the world and you.
Than me?
And you.
To the world and me.
Yeah, we went to the reception and put a brave hat on and asked if there was any chance at all that we could get a change of room because of the noise. And luckily, the Robert, the Greek guy at the reception, was loving and understanding towards us, and he gave us an amazing room.
Evcharisto, we said?
Yes.
Thank you. In Greek. Greece? Greek?
Greek. And yeah, the new room
in
was
Greece
great.
as well, by the way.
So yeah, as you see, sometimes it's worth like changing and being unhappy with the result and acting on it. Yes. But what we forgot to say, that on the way when we were driving, I already read the Dirty Laundry book by Rox and Rich, who have ADHD love profile, and I read to you the part about hyperfocus, and then there was exactly this example about Rox going on her little research of hotels and stuff
for a short holiday.
So like it was such a perfect timing with that as well. And so before we changed the room, Ron noticed that I was unhappy with hotel Bina factor, that I wasn't quite satisfied, and I said, can you sit with me for 5 minutes and I show you the other rooms and I explain why they were better or not better, and grieve a little that I'm unhappy, and then it'll be okay after I've done that. And he lovingly listened to my pains.
Can you imagine?
And so yeah, we are very grateful for understanding that I do it because of my ADHD as well, those research projects and hyper focusing on a project like that. And also that ADHD people, others, ADHDs, are very indecisive.
And this reminds me that what we said a few days ago to each other, that I had to learn still, and I am doing it now in the relationship with you since a year, to express what my perspective of things is. And I'm asking you, can you tell me why you're saying this, or why you would like to make this choice? Because we experienced, at least I think we were clear on that a few days ago you said something about a choice for whatever, it doesn't matter, and to go do this first and then that or whatever. And I noticed that you were thinking already about what my preference would be, and you took that into account, but you said something that I thought, but why would you choose that? I don't get it. And it annoyed me, and I didn't really say what I wanted, what I truly wanted. And then it gets mixed with disappointment, and to be annoyed. Annoyment? What is it? Annoyment? No.
Annoyance.
Annoyance. But also the feeling of, why don't we communicate in the right way? So we said that if you have ADHD, and we know that now since 2 weeks,
And you
And
have
I
also
might
ADHD.
have, yeah, exactly. I might have ADHD in a completely different way than you have it, and a bit of autism. We don't know that, but we know it. Then maybe it's good to just express upfront the true, honest feelings of you as an individual, because that makes it clear. Okay, you would like that. Then I'm prepared to step over my thing or whatever. But don't mix it up with what you think I might like, because maybe that's not it. And we get in this strange talk. But you said you wanted it. Whatever. I cannot even
No, it's
explain
not
it
like
correctly. No, it's me.
But the reason we
But you
do
get
it,
it, huh? Yeah.
the reason we do it is because of people pleasing, right?
Yeah.
So instead of trusting that you love me, and if I express my needs to you, you would want to fulfill them as I would yours, we try to outsmart the system and guess what the other person would want.
And it doesn't feel right then, huh?
Yeah,
It's
and
not authentic.
you give up on your own needs. And not only then, you don't have your needs met because you gave up on yours.
Yeah.
But also because you don't actually know what the other person's needs are, you just guess them and try to, I know, be ahead.
Yeah.
Just, for the sake of being loved. So, when I grow up, I would like to be a self-confident person that says what they want and need and trust the other.
If I grow up, I will also do that. Not as soon as, but if. Yeah. And it also reminds me that we are also saying about, and you're way better than I am in explaining this, that in our upbringing, there was a lot of emphasis on enough food, right education, good societal behavior, not so much attention for feelings. And of course, as the pendulum swings, we as adults, not grown-ups, I'm always saying that, adults now go too far to the other side, and yeah, but I feel like doing this, or no, I don't feel like it, so it should be okay that I don't do it. Mm-hmm. We had this discussion. You are ahead of me on that perspective, because you say it's not about what you feel, it's also about the good you want to do or what it brings to the other person, etc. But with this, I feel a sort of a contrast that, okay, but if I express my feelings by saying to you, I would most love to do this, but what is it that you want to do? And then find common ground. And at some moment it's her preference, other moment it's my preference. That's okay, without being a compromise, which is not the most ideal for both of us. But that is expressing your feelings. When is that allowed? When is it not allowed? That's difficult for a guy with autism.
There's a difference between needs and feelings, and there are also situations where your societal duties and what is decent and correct are more important than what you feel like doing, I believe. But then also feelings are still, of course, very important. But there's a difference between, feelings of, love, pride. I don't know if pride is a feeling, probably.
Great song, Love and Pride. Okay. That's what my heart yearns for now, love and pride. But I guess it's from 1984, the year in which you were born.
Yeah, but I still heard about songs before me, like, it's not that I'm not allowed to listen to Mozart because he was before me.
It has a great bass line, but it was a one-off hit of the, I don't even know what the, boom, 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 boom. Great. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, so feelings are obviously important, but I think that you're very right in saying that what we feel like doing when we choose our comfort over what is decent or thoughtful towards the other person, or loving, then in that case it's just selfish. So so then we went to Bruges, and then we went to near Eindhoven for your work.
Yep.
And then we went to see your mom for the afternoon, and then we came here, and we're in the Netherlands now. And then I wasn't sure if I would be working this week in film. So, and it's a job that, bless you.
Thank you. Excuse me. We said it was going to be natural.
It's a film production that has changed the filming dates so many times already. And I already booked a few flights in the past, came back to the UK for the supposed filming days, and then it didn't happen. So this time I thought, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna wing it once the job is confirmed. And the evening before yesterday, they said, well, the dates are pushed slightly, and they pushed them for many days into almost Christmas. So now I'll probably won't be even able to work. But that means that I'm here now, so we can record these. And the reason, one of the reasons we wanted to record on Sunday was because I listened to our first video and realized a few things that I do, which is one is something that I noticed in other people speaking in podcasts and haven't realized I was doing that, which is not finishing my sentences, just wandering off another subject. I think I normally find my way back, and it's all like a web of thoughts that sort of comes back together. But in that video I didn't, and I found two subjects I wanted to come back to. One is how I realized I have ADHD, which is when my friend was diagnosed and he was going to take medicine. And as I said before, I believe we're over-medicated, and I wanted to save him. And I went on YouTube, and in one of my hyper-focus sessions, I listened to everything there was about ADHD for a few days and nights, and on speech too, and even on audio when I was, cooking, walking or whatever. And I realized I probably have it as well, or Emmett, I don't know if you have it.
When was this?
December last year.
December, right after we came back from Camino. You came back,
and we weren't talking then. I just tell that story at some point as well, right?
Yeah.
Sure, you'll love to be
as a sort of a trailer. You could listen to Sting's song "Ghost Story." Oh, yeah, exactly what happened to me.
It happened to you. You didn't do it. It happened to
you.
you.
I was completely...
look, mommy, no hands. It wasn't me.
But it ends with, I must have loved you. So, it's a good ending.
Everybody knew it, except you.
Except me. True.
So this is how I realized I might have ADHD, and also with other subject I haven't finished talking about is medicine, why I decided to try it. And that's because I tried other therapeutic
talks, sessions.
Not skills, therapeutic tools and apps and schedules, and
you mean to have
habits.
Rhythm in creating habits.
And I'm very, very good at becoming very good at them for very short time.
Hyper focus.
And then not being able to sustain them. So I will try the medicine and see if that changes how I live, focus. And actually the meds arrived today, so I will start tomorrow.
And it's something else than mushrooms, eh? From mushrooms. We tried that recently.
What?
We tried mushrooms recently.
Yeah, we did?
For me it was the first time, didn't we?
Okay. Say anything that's in your mind, please. Why not?
Why not? So, tomorrow starting with meds?
Yes, meds. Not
meds.
Not meds, like the...
City in France.
Oh yeah, no, that's meds. But it's spelled meds. But like the metropolitan... What are they called? The Yankees? And then the meds.
Those ones.
Yeah, I don't actually know anything about
neither do I. I think I really recognize that it's like that.
Baseball.
But,
Okay.
Okay.
But maybe it's football.
No, Mets is baseball.
Okay. And we also decided that since we are not editing those videos, we should probably have a list of subjects we don't talk about on camera, but we forgot to do it.
Like saying that we use mushrooms. Oh, hey, sorry. Another thing about people with autism, they can't lie. Mm-hmm. I try to sometimes, but it's very difficult. And they talk too much. We say everything, and I'm saying we because I know a few other people with it, and I know myself, and I talk too much.
But But what will you do if it turns out you don't have autism?
Well, then I took the best parts out of it and I still have them.
Well, I don't know. If you do decide to get diagnosed, then I think like especially with as far as I know with ADHD, how women were overlooked for such a long time, that maybe we don't know everything about it. The same way we don't know about ADHD, and for the longest time we didn't know that emotional dysregulation was the biggest part of it. They focused predominantly on hyperactivity. Then they realized the inattentiveness was the other part, but completely forgotten about or not looked into emotions, which for me are the biggest part of ADHD and my biggest struggle as well. The rejection, sensitivity, and all that.
But are you saying I should have myself diagnosed so that science has another example of how it works? No, I'm serious. Because in the end, it's of course all about data. And in the volume of it, there's knowledge, and that they are better and better at seeing that. Because it doesn't make a difference whether I'm diagnosed or not to see, or let's say, take into account that there's new information on it, and I can read that also when I'm not diagnosed.
I understand, but what I meant is, what if they tell you you're not autistic? Then how will you go about your life? Will you be?
I'm
surprised?
quite far already, so for the rest I can I can live through it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. No, for me it was.
I've had the biggest part, I'm afraid.
You promised you live 50 more years.
Yeah, but that's the biggest part I had.
Okay, but that's only by 8 years.
True.
I lost my train of thought again.
Mm.
Oh,
sorry. It was about the diagnosis and whether you should do it.
That for me it was a huge relief to know that my struggles are explainable and that I am not alone in this, and knowing that what I do is not out of, I don't know, whim or low self-esteem, that just came from other reasons or whatevs.
But don't you think there's a difference between you knowing that you have ADHD and also me knowing that you have ADHD, and learning more about it so that we can address things that are important and understand each other better? And well, it is easier to make the other happy.
Yep.
And with me, we're already saying that I have traits, they call it, traits of
symptoms,
or symptoms of having ADHD a bit, and also autism, so maybe ADHD as they call it these days. But we are already saying that, and we're also reading about that and see some similarities in how I behave, and then it's okay already because we take it into account. Is then a diagnosis still important?
No, but it's up to you whether you want to be diagnosed or not. For me, I wanted to be diagnosed to get the medicine.
Yeah.
And when first time around, when they told me it's not ADHD, it hit like a ton of bricks, because I thought, well, I've tried so many other answers and they seemed to fit for a bit, and then they didn't. But ADHD finally seemed like the answer to everything, and then I was so convinced. And then to hear the psychologist say that they cannot sign the diagnosis because my ADHD symptoms haven't presented themselves fully in childhood. Oh, I actually had today, there's this Polish, I think she's a psychologist or sociologist also. She's in her 90s, looks amazing. And she was saying, why do people want to go back to childhood? To what? Like to, especially like obviously any trauma they had in childhood. To what? Remember it better? To feel the pain again? Like nature invented it for a reason, that you don't remember it because it's too much, So.
Yeah. But there's the idea that it's good to remember it again and then detach your behavior that comes from it, which is not always useful anymore. Yeah. It has helped you, but it's not useful anymore. So detach that from the fact that it did happen, and then you can move on. I don't know if it works, but that's the theory behind it, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah,
that's how most therapies are
constructed.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe you can fix yourself without remembering your childhood. I don't know, I just think that relying on our memory of childhood for diagnosis such as ADHD is futile because
and blurred. You don't remember the things you don't want to remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I did therapy for many years and you know, try to fix my memories by, for example, reversing to that moment in childhood and then having my adult self next to my child self, supporting myself and expressing whatever I couldn't express when I was a child. And at the time I thought it helped, but did it? We still have ADHD. You know?
Yeah, true. And how well do you remember your own past and how the things happen?
Because memories evolve all the time, and I think we remember what we want to remember. So.
I've told so many times, and at some point I was sure this has happened when I was 7. My right eye is damaged because I rode my bike into a ditch with water in it and stones in it, and there's a scar here and a scar here because of that. That's a fact. But what I always told it happened, and I was sure it happened. We had a driveway that went down a little to go off, and then the street, and then there was an opposite street that went to the football fields, soccer fields. And there was a little bend halfway of that. So I, 7 years old, had my bike. My dad was unloading his car or loading, I don't know anymore, and I went there.
So you don't remember?
So, no, this is a fact. Well, yeah, I think so. But then I rode my bike and then I was there and I was so proud of myself. So I screamed to my father backwards, Dad, look at how well my cycling is. And then boom, into the ditch. I believe this sometimes. I don't know if that actually happened. I said that. I know I rode my bike in the ditch and I know my dad picked me up and I was bleeding from my face. And I know my eye is damaged, but whether I truly said, Dad, how look how well I can ride a bike, I don't know.
I have a few memories as well. One in particular when I'm one of 4 siblings, and the other day we mentioned that memory, and all of us remember it differently.
Yeah.
And then my mom said, no, it wasn't that. Actually, this was, you know, but. You know,
I know Mom doesn't know.
I wonder why we twist those memories, because I can understand how you would change something difficult into happy. A little,
yes.
Or into
difficult
I was so
happy.
brave.
Yeah.
But if the 4 of us have completely different memory and all of them are bad, then what's the point of it?
Yeah,
like
true.
Evolutionary.
Well, maybe it's what a person feels and needs to be faced with. That's a perception of something, because that's where you learn. Mm-hmm. And there can be 4 different things apparently. Yeah. It's like that film that What the Bleep, we've spoken about it. You know, I think in the year 2000 there was this film What the Bleep, that anything you see happening, it's only one of the many millions of options in the quantum theory, which I found very difficult to understand at those days, and still. Because you chose it to be that what you saw, but it could have happened in any other way. That's a difficult concept.
That's like this split, that experience with atom that.
Oh yeah.
When.
Yeah, but that's actually physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, quantum physics.
And then
I can explain it to you.
Yeah, explain.
Yeah, you sent me that video. Yeah. That what's it? A neutron. A neutron acts in a certain way. It doesn't.
That's photon.
No.
Neutron?
A neutron acts in a certain way. It don't know it's being watched. If people want to observe what neutrons do, we need to put a light on it. Light contains photons. That is matter. That photon collides with the neutron, and we think, because we're looking at it, the neutron acts differently. No, it's just physics. They bump into each other. Sorry, that was loud. But they bump into each other. So it's not the fact that we are looking, but we're looking and we have light on it. Mm-hmm. And both are matter and they act.
And that matters.
Of course it matters. That was the most important thing which I spoke about in this video.
I was going to say that maybe it's not just memories from childhood, that maybe everything that ever happens, everybody has a different perception of it because we bring to it who we are, right? So our beliefs, our mood, our character, personality, all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Makes me think, and that's a topic for another day. definitely about universe is one, and it's all about energy and vibration, and everything happens because it's not at the same frequency or at the same frequency. Positive things, negative things, perception of things, feelings, also inks. I like that topic. Yeah. Okay.
Do you want some bread?
Ah, you made bread. Yeah, you did. Yes. Let's have some.
It seems like we always, even though it's
And with food.
third video. Oh, and the one we recorded yesterday that we didn't post.
Yeah, this is the one instead of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bread. See you next time. Bye.